All right. So this goes out to my fellow Pisceans out there. According to the astrological charts, it is the time of Pisces. I decided to incarnate as a Pisces in this lifetime. And so we are going to go over some of the things that I have learned about being a Pisces. Okay. So let's talk about the importance of water, since we are a water sign. The human body itself is composed of 70% water. The planet Earth is 70% water. So as we evolved as a species and we come from the planet of Earth, and Earth is 70% water, it doesn't surprise me that the body would be 70% water, okay? Because there is no separation from you and the elements. I have to emphasize that very, very much, okay? Now, the importance of water, according to medical science, is that we can only last around 3 days without water, and then we're going to start getting into kidney failure, sodium levels dump, electrolytes levels dump, and you're looking at death. But in the East, if a yogi can focus his mind in meditation and not exert too much energy, the yogi can last a very, very long time in a meditative state, going without food and water. And this has been proven. Okay. Now, let us talk about who the intellects, the high intellects that were Pisces. Now, looks like Albert Einstein was born here, March 14th, 1879. That would be what? The left hemisphere predominant intellectuals. Okay. Now we need to talk about the right side of the brain. Okay, the intuitive element, who was a known psychic. So we call this guy the sleeping prophet, Edgar Cayce, born 1877, March 18th. So now we're talking about our intuitive abilities, that sixth sense, ESP, clairvoyancy, telepathy, visions. And so we need to figure out at this time how we can merge the two, okay, without turning into a robot. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put anything artificial into my vessel here with this microchips. Okay, I'm just gonna make a stand right there. All right. I don't need a microchip in my brain to give me data. I highly suggest you really start thinking about that. Okay. I don't want to go on a tirade here, because us Pisces are known for having such abstract consciousness that we lose track of what we're talking about. Okay, but I just want to say that I'm very much against that. Okay, now, so what I like to do, and we're going to talk about synchronicities in the universe. So let's say it's 5:55 a.m., right? And you wake up. I don't get on my phone right away. I look at this clock here, 5:55 a.m. Okay, that is a synchronized sign that the universe is talking to me. Okay, so I get up and I warm my nice hot boiling water, and then I open up a tea bag. Okay, and in this tea bag, they deliver messages here. Okay, here it is. Life is best lived by focusing on your goals and dancing through all other distractions. In this matrix that we are in, this VR simulation, these it's weapons of mass distraction. The beautiful woman, if you're a heterosexual male, the beautiful woman with the big breasts and the big ass, and the high cheekbones and the big lips. The matrix constantly bombards you with the lower nature flesh desires that they want to pull you in as a distraction. Okay, so it's just like the Matrix when Neo is walking, and then he sees the lady in red. Okay, and then he turns around again, and then she's got a gun to his head. Okay, it's the distractions.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, You look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Freeze it.
This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one.
And this goes the opposite direction too. You might have this Rico Suave guy, very, charismatic, and here he is with his shirt off on the beach with a nice sun-kissed tan. Fabio with the long hair. It's the same principle, okay? Vice versa. Now, we're not to deny our sexuality, by no means, no, but we have to learn how to manage it better, okay? That's the point of this. And what do I mean by managing it is being able to learn how to channel that Kundalini energy, okay? Or they call it Dan Tien, from the lower nature into a higher nature and a higher state of consciousness. Now, again, by that I don't mean that you have to be celibate or go on some sort of a semen retention quest, although you can, give it a shot. The younger you are, typically you have a lot of higher testosterone, so it's harder to do. But if you can grasp that in your 20s and you can practice it, go for that. So, as a Pisces, where our consciousness is so abstract that we tend to see the signs, see the synchronicities, we do our meditations, but we don't like the physical vessel too much because we're daydreamers, right? So our consciousness is either data gathering or in some other reality that's installed within the possible imagination, okay? But it may be actually another reality that you're experiencing, depending on how good you can sustain that vision, okay? But our issue is just because there's so much pain and suffering, and these people are, destroying the elements. What I mean by that is fluoride in the water, along with the chemicals that they put in the water, right? They're destroying the element of water, earth, terraforming, and, again, chemicals in the soils, okay, which pollutes the food, the GMOs, and the processing that takes place to create the food. The air, we have the chemtrails, and then we have all the smog, okay, that's pollution of the air. And then we have the fire, okay? The element of fire has been used for what? Firearms, okay? Nuclear war is what generates what? The element of fire. So you use the fire in a negative way for war. And how are they polluting the ether? 5G frequency? This 5G frequency is non-physical. Okay? Electromagnetism is something that's non-physical. And so they decided to pollute the ether as well with the frequency. So, again, this matrix, the matrix controllers already know that the nature of reality is metaphysical. Like, this is how they got to where they got to regarding manifestation. Basically, they just learned how to use their mind to become essentially Godhead and get into an altered state of consciousness, use their intent to constantly manifest more and more materialism, which is actually destroying the planet. And they allow their emotions and their ego to attach to that materialism. Okay, so this is where they falter. You're getting lost in the illusion. You're getting lost in the Maya. And so, you know, I've always been very cautious about manifestation. I'm not against manifestation. I'm against the overabundance of just that being it. Like, my existence here is to manifest $1 billion. And then you just get lost at this bullshit matrix illusion. Okay? So, you know, try not to do that. So, now, again, this is my Piscean nature here where I go off topic, and it's proven, right? It's just like, here you go, going off topic. So anyway, here's the deal. We take these subtle signs that the universe gets us, and then we ground ourselves in the present moment. So for us as a Pisces, I would say one of the most valuable lessons that needs to be learned is present moment mindfulness, okay? Do your best. And know that the matrix loves its weapons of mass distraction. And so we have to learn how to just focus and just tune them all out. And, you know, with us being, you know, empathic, some more than others, we have to learn also to set that energetic boundary, okay? It's not just all like, oh, you know, open heart, open love, you know, positivity. Because what will happen is you put yourself in states of superficial optimism, and you don't want to do that. You have to be authentic, and you have to set the boundaries, because this place is full of snakes. And they're not just typical snakes, okay? These are venomous vipers. When they see the vulnerability of a Pisces and the open heart, they're going to do this sneaky weasel shit and then bite you right in the ass, stab you in the back, double-crossing, backstabbing like you wouldn't believe over here. Okay, so for me, depending on how the collective consciousness is responding to the world, I'll build my electromagnetism in the morning to preset the day. Do you know what I mean? So what I mean is that if the collective consciousness is going to fall for the divide and conquers like they did in 2020, you better fucking believe every single day I'm throwing up shields max 100%, and I'm not Mr. Nice Guy. Okay, if you start throwing negative energy or negative intent, or you're being a sneaky fucking snake, it's going to backfire on your ass, because I've already preset my date. I'm a magician. I already know how to manipulate the subtle energies and the non-physical. Okay, I like to be nice and compassionate, but it always depends on where the collective consciousness is and what they're doing. Okay, so we have to learn how to just connect with people on an authentic level without being producing superficial optimism. Okay, spirituality is not fake it till you make it. Okay, so that'll be your Piscean advice for the day. All right, have a great day. And have a happy birthday.